Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakradash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video on sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing to keep you edifying. All right, and with this war going on, I was speaking with a brother earlier, and we all saw this coming, man. All right, oil is about to go to all-time highs, which is going to make the price of everything go up. The price of gas, the price of diesel, which will cause the price of goods to go up. And people's living situations are already, starting to decline. All right, the American dream, is starting to look like a nightmare. All right, is it not? While the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah were sighing and crying, while everybody else was rejoicing, turning up, partying, bullshitting, thinking that the party was never going to stop. The Lord is stopping the party. Literally. He's starting to make you people's lives live in hell. You got student loan debt. Trump came in and removed the moratorium. All right, so all these people that took these years during COVID not to pay their student loan debt down, they got to pay that. All right, the auto loan, what's it called? The auto loan industry, that sub loan market, the mortgage market, all of that, it's going to come to a head. All right, people getting laid off from their jobs. AI is taking people's jobs. All right, these people that have college degrees, not like blue collar jobs, but these, data analysts, things like that. Now AI can think faster than the average human, with a degree, so their jobs are becoming obsolete. I shit you not, today I saw a damn security robot just on the street. So we're in the times where people's lives are going to continue to get worse. All right, and who's most susceptible to this? All right, that woman. You got these women that are out here living single, like it's the 90s, that 90s show, living single, living in these condos, and they telling themselves, man, here it is, they don't know how to live below their means. See, men can live below their means. Men can get by with what they need. Women, they're very high maintenance. So they're going to get hit the hardest. The cosmetic industry, hair, makeup, all that, all these things, because that is a sign that, society is doing okay. All right, when the women all pretty and all that shit, untouched. And see, it gave them a sense of pride. It gave them a sense of invincibility, and what did they do in this time? They didn't honor men. They talk shit about men. I don't need a man. They get a little bit of freedom. Now I don't need a man. All right, well, see, the Lord is about to flip that on his head. All right, you people are about to be lamenting and mourning, all right, because of your lives. And here it is, America was supposed to be your paradise. All right, the city of dreams, the land of opportunity. And the Lord has flipped it on his head, man. So let's get this. This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. All right, the water's fucked up. The food is all fucked up. The food is fake as hell. It's fake as hell, and it's expensive, and it doesn't truly nourish you. The air we breathe is being sprayed with metals. They're fucking with the weather. Here it is. It was 70 degrees the other way. Now it's back cold again. In middle of March. So the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The earth has a spirit. Now the earth abideth forever. All right, but the scriptures say, that it's going to go into it. The earth is languishing under the rulership, and the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and he's destroyed this earth. That's evident. There's a cartoon on that. Brothers, be going into it, and they try to say humans destroyed earth. No, that's Esau's ass. Jacob is naturally peaceful. Like the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay? So it says, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, and you people have been haughty. Arguably, the most haughty on the earth are you Americans. And that's very much highlighted amongst you women, because when men go into these other countries and deal with the women over there, they get treated with some respect. Whether it's transactional or whether it's not, they're treated with some respect and dignity. They're being respected as men. These women over here, they really don't respect men. They don't, and it shows in their actions. You get on Facebook, you get on anything, you just hear them bashing men. All right, as soon as a man says something about a woman, you a misogynist. You know. Verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Who's the inhabitants? See, we're inhabitants, but we don't have any power to, make decisions here. Okay? We don't have that authority. Esau has that power. Esau has Monsanto. Esau has DuPont. Esau owns these companies that are fucking up the earth. Esau owns all the oil companies. Esau and Ishmael and them. But Esau power, he made the world buy it in petrodollars. And now the world isn't trying to deal in petrodollars anymore. It says the earth is defiled under the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. That's exactly what they did. They broke the everlasting covenant. They got us in captivity. They changed the laws. Adultery's okay. All right. They made all this shit okay. The law is slack and judgment never goeth forth. It says, verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And that's what's really all gonna lead to. All right, and that burning ultimately is gonna come from that nuclear fire. And that nuclear fire is gonna come from this war that we currently already entered into. All right, we're in World War III. There's no ifs and buts about it. Just because Russia and China haven't fully jumped in, all right, America is amassing its troops. The nations are preparing. They're picking sides. And Trump is, Trump and his buddy BB, they're facilitating this shit. But it's all the Lord's plan. So it says the earth is burned and few men left. Right, there's going to be a shortage of men through the wars, through the famine. They don't say a bunch of these women about to get cut off. Hey, so that's one thing. See, women, when there are sieges on cities and all that shit, women get taken as spoiled. That's even in our law. If you see a fair damsel, and she didn't have a husband, and her parents didn't die, you can take her. Let her, you shave her hair, pair of nails, let her lament her parents for a month, and then you can pop her. That's in our law. So that also proves we can deal with the women of the other nations. Eve just want to be mad about that shit. See, Eve really she hates what the Israelite man was promised. Because when we get set up, it's gonna be forever. Right? The Israelite woman, she always gonna be in her place. She gonna be beautiful. She's gonna have servants. She's not gonna have to work. Right? But see, they wanted to be over the man. That goes all the way back to the serpent. Really Esau and Eve's ass. Because those same spirits were back in the garden. And then you had Yahushua as Adam. And we're of the stock of Yahushua, Lord willing. They always hated the authority that the Israelite man had. That the Lord put within us. Because we're the only nation that the Lord is dealing with. So they was always hating. But you can't do nothing. Hey, now the Lord is flipping it on his head. Y'all are starting to lose and we're starting to win. Verse 7, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh. Yeah, all those that was turning up, partying and bullshitting, going to rodeos, going on carnival cruises and all that shit. The party's over. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The bar culture, the club culture, it used to be for being merry. Now it's going to be for them to wallow in their, that they're losing everything. Motherfuckers about to be winos real bad. They try to cope with the fact that everybody feels in their spirit America's going down. But we're the only ones that's genuinely excited about it. Genuinely excited. Because these preppers and shit, they might speak on it, but they're not genuinely excited about it. All right. Verse 8, it says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the heart ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. I think I had skipped that verse. I like it. All right. So that strong drink, man. All right. And meanwhile, if brothers drink the yayan strong drink. Hey, we're going to be rejoicing. We merry right now because the Lord is bringing this thing down. Verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. That's America, Babylon the Great, the city of confusion. It's not just one city, it's the whole structure. It says every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets, right? There's a crying for that. Both, it'll be both physical wine, because there's going to be a shortage of food and water, right? But also for that understanding, that wine going into understanding. There's going to be because there's going to be confusion. People are going to, hey, you got misinformation. You got AI, they putting out videos. They don't know if BB's alive or not. All right, that's where that confusion is coming from. It says, verse 11, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, so yeah, man, people are still going to these sporting events, still going out to eat, but it's all faked. Because in the back of their mind, they know this shit is happening. So they turning up because they know this might be the end. Yes, it is the end. Verse 12, in the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. So the Lord is about to destroy this whole structure. That's what all this is leading up to. Them setting up the MOTB, them coming out with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. Them trying to, gather these nations into war, cause a nuclear war, and then build from the ashes. They're trying to, rewrite it, but the Lord is they don't have the control, man. The Lord has the control. So the gate is smitten with destruction, man. The power structure, the gatekeepers, all of these motherfuckers, man. Hey, they're going to be preserved and they're going to be the first fruit of slaves. But everybody here on the shores of America, your life is about to get a whole lot worse before it gets worse. And we're going to keep saying that through the Spirit. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, and Kadadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles who gave millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.